Yo, 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 this is your boy Fireworks, and welcome back. This is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel, the beautiful white gold is here with us today. And we're back with another Alex Bale video, okay? So, this one is on the Teletubbies, okay? And it is titled Teletubbies, The Sun Woke Up Theory by Alex Bale. Now, at this point, we've taken a look at Barney, the magic school bus with Mrs. Frizzle, or Miss Frizzle, which was crazy, and it stuck with me for a little while, I can't lie. And then White Gold had mentioned wanting to get into the SpongeBob ones, but wanting to break it down so we're not just clod hopping a 4-hour video. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing. But before we get into that, we're going to take a look at this, okay? And I think I mentioned this one in the last video. So I think it'll be interesting. I was someone that kind of, I feel like, around my age when this show originally appeared or aired, I was a little too old. I had already kind of been through the Barney wave and was more into like Power Rangers, Beast Wars and Transformers and all that stuff, Spider-Man, Batman. So I was a little bit outside of this, but I feel like my brothers and sisters,
I watched this.
it was in their age group.
My mom said I love Teletubbies.
So, and I was old enough to remember that Teletubbies had some issues. I don't remember a lot of Barney stuff. I was just too young. But I remember that Teletubbies had some issues about how, I don't know, I feel like one of them was on the news. I feel like I was old enough to remember that something happened where one of them ended up on the news for doing something or was accused of something. I just don't remember, but maybe you all can refresh our memory, or maybe he does in this video. But White Gold, you said you watched this and loved it. How are you feeling about this Teletubbies video?
I don't know. I feel like I've heard that there's like stuff about Teletubbies, you know, but I didn't watch. Like this aired from like 94 to 97, but then they played like, you know, reruns and stuff. But I was still like a baby, kind of. Like I was 2 years old, but I watched it all the time. So I don't know. I was always fun around the house singing like Winky Winky, Itsy.
Okay, I feel like I remember that now.
La la.
That's the intro?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Teletubbies. Yeah, so I mean, I watch this all the time. So I feel like it's gonna ruin it for me, but that's okay, because it ruins Magic School Bus too.
Man, I'll never come back from that Barney theory. You feel me?
But it should be fun. I love it. I love stuff like this. So pick my brain.
Okay. This will be interesting. Okay, again, this is Teletubbies, The Sun Woke Up Theory by Alex Bale. Okay, so like I said before, at this point, I probably have a playlist on the channel that has the other 2 reactions in it. So when this was over, we'll put it in there so you can watch all 3. Before we get into it, though, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up, leaving a like. If you're new here to the channel, hit subscribe and tap that notification bell so when we do a video just like this one, you all will get them first. And of course, if you want to get these early and edited with all the commentary, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And don't forget to follow us on Twitch, because of course we're not doing here. We will be doing it over there. And as well, don't forget to subscribe to White Gold. Her YouTube link is in the description too. Okay, so another Alex Bale video on the Teletubbies. Fireworks, beautiful White Gold. This is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. We back. See?
How will the world end? It's a question that's haunted humanity for as long as we can remember. Will it be from nuclear war, or AI taking over, or some kind of disease wiping us out?
I'm going AI and disease.
There have been many different works of fiction that explore all of these different possibilities.
Planet of the Apes.
But what if I told you there is one piece of media out there that shows us a possibility that nobody has considered yet? And that's because it was hidden inside of a children's educational TV show. Teletubbies dares to ask a question that shows us the darkest, most horrifying fate for humanity. What if the sun was a baby?
Why is he dressed as Poe?
Was that him, I'm assuming? Alex? I never seen the guy, so I didn't even know what he looks like.
That's funny. it could be.
What the hell?
So, Tinky Winky. Lala's the yellow one.
Jingly keys.
It's possible I went a little too far with this video. Teletubbies is essentially just jingly keys to distract babies. It's not like Blue's Clues or Magic School Bus where there is some semblance of a plot or conflict. Teletubbies is just kind of nothing. There is no substance to this show, which is understandable because it was made for literally 1-year-old babies.
They don't even talk.
Damn. So I guess I never looked at it like that.
They don't talk. They have like this like vacuum pet thing. Yeah, they don't talk. They don't do much. They run around that thing. They have Teletubbies like.
Interesting.
And they're like inside, and then like I know the vacuum pet thingy. I don't know if it's that or they have like a Go-Gurt machine or something in there. It's like I remember little specks, and I feel like one day the machine went off and like got everywhere. It's really not substantial at all.
He said jingly keys to kids,
Yeah,
to babies, so
it
it's like
is.
interesting. And you said that you watched it like at like
I
1
did.
or 2 year old. So.
I was a baby.
I will now try and describe the plot of this show. Teletubbies are these weird-looking alien baby things that live in a bunker in Teletubby land, and they just kind of walk around doing nothing until a creepy speaker slowly comes out of the ground
Yeah.
and tells them what to do.
Time for Tubby bye-bye. Time for Tubby bye-bye.
And there is also this giant sun baby thing that is
That
constantly
sun baby
watching
has her
and
own
laughing
baby
at
now,
them.
and she looks not the baby, but the mom. Like this baby looks the exact same as an adult.
Wow.
Like, we can slide a picture in here somewhere, but she does look exactly like that as an adult.
Okay.
And there is also a windmill that sends videos to
Yep.
their stomachs of just some random kids also kind of doing nothing for like 5 minutes.
Playing on the beach.
And it is so boring and by far the worst part of the show. And then when they're finally done with it, they literally just watch the exact same video again.
What?
Because all this show is trying to do is just waste time distracting babies with jingly keys for as long as humanly possible.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The comparison to jingly keys, I feel like made it visually, like I could visually, because that's how I do. I visually picture some shit.
Yeah, I knew they were gonna ruin it. Like, it is just as boring, but I loved it. I know I love the Teletubbies.
This is crazy. I think that might have been like why I said that I was deflected from it. Like I remember when it first, I think for the first time it aired, and I was just looking at it like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I was way too past the age
Yeah.
group, so now like I feel like I understand like knowing the demographic. It's like really just jingly kids with like jingly keys, which is infants.
Yeah.
You know.
I have watched so much Teletubbies for this video, and
Oh
I
my God.
hate it. Also, there's a vacuum cleaner named Nunu that looks like he's constantly in pain.
Scared is he?
Nunu is my favorite character because I can relate to him. And look, I get it. This is a baby show, I am not the target audience, and hopefully neither are the people watching this video. There is clearly no actual lore or world building here for me to discuss. 9 years ago, I even made another parody video of dark, edgy Teletubby theories.
Now why don't we watch a little bit of Teletubbies
Aw.
and see what we find. We see the show using overstimulating vibrant colors to mimic the psychedelic effects of LSD.
You know, that was just me making fun of losers
Okay, I was gonna say that sounds like a whole reach.
who genuinely try to analyze this baby stuff. Anyways, here's my genuine analysis of Teletubbies. Despite everything I have just said, I do believe that there is a way to make sense of every weird random detail in this show. And it starts by asking a very simple question. Where is Teletubby Land?
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come to play.
It looks like Earth with the nature and rabbits, but we never actually see any humans. For all we know, this could be some distant alien planet or magical alternate dimension. But we know
I love
Teletubbies
Dragon
do
Tales.
have some kind of connection.
Dragon Tales was on
PBS.
it came on something. Well, yeah, it was on PBS, but I feel like it was on the what was the dude's name? Face on Nickelodeon, Nick Jr. I feel like it was in that lineup at a point in time.
I don't know. It was a PBS property. PBS Kids.
Interesting.
Humanity. The weird speakers are constantly telling them to do human things, and they are constantly being sent videos of human children in the real world.
Hi, I'm Romy. Let's make some bagels.
And I feel like the intro at the start of every episode does imply that Teletubby Land is on Earth somewhere.
Over the hills and far away.
Over the hills and far away. They are telling us where the show takes place in relation to us, the viewer. And to get there, we need to go over the hills that are in our way, as opposed to like going through space or a magical portal. Meaning Teletubby Land is likely on Earth. But this doesn't make sense, because Teletubby Land has a weird sentient baby face sun, but in the human videos, we can see that they
11?
just have a regular normal sun with no face. So if they're both supposed to be on Earth, then why is the sun different? Well, maybe it's not a question of where Teletubby Land is, but when. What if Teletubbies takes place on Earth in the future sometime after the normal sun somehow grew a baby face?
What?
And if that sounds far-fetched, then take a closer look at these human videos. Now, in most kids' educational shows, these types of segments are like Blue's Clues, where Steve gets sent mail from children who are fans of the show and say, "Hi Steve, I love Blue's Clues!"
Look, it's a letter from our friends.
Hi, Steve. Let's go see my classroom.
But in all 485 episodes of both the original and 2015 revival of Teletubbies,
What?
not one
So they even
I
tried to
didn't-
revive Teletubbies?
No, they did that. I knew about the Magic School Bus one, but I didn't know they redid Teletubbies.
That's weird.
do the children ever acknowledge the fact that these videos are being sent to Teletubbies.
Hello, my name's Daniel. Hello, I'm Stephanie.
They never even say the word Teletubby, which feels like a very weird, deliberate choice. For all intents and purposes, these are just random videos of humanity that could have been made long before Teletubbies ever even existed. And this all gets a lot more interesting when we take a look at the most recent Netflix Teletubbies reboot from 2022.
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come to play.
This reboot makes a couple very interesting changes to the show, one of them being to the human video segments.
Oh, Dipsy. Hi. Hi there. Hi, hi. Hi, everyone.
Instead of just a couple random kids out in the world, these videos now take place inside of a single reoccurring location, with a woman named Julia who sings a song with a group of different children every episode.
You are a rocket, a super fast rocket, then run and touch a star.
And what's immediately different about these videos is that for the first
I'm
time ever
horrified.
in the 27 years of this show airing, there actually is a direct acknowledgement of Teletubbies from a human being. Julia's shirt clearly shows the 4 Teletubby heads.
Damn, so maybe she's the culprit. Because right now, as out of all of this, she's the only one that is that's an adult that acknowledges them. So she's the culprit.
Their heads are wrong. The green one is, I don't know, one of them's wrong.
Meaning these videos in
maybe not.
particular
No, what
are
the-
not from the past. They are being made explicitly for Teletubbies to
What?
watch, and the humans in these videos exist at the same time as the
Okay,
show. Which
because
obviously
Lala's
begs the
is like a
question,
loop.
what does the sun look like for these humans?
Oh, that's
Well,
weird.
here's the strange thing about these new videos. We never get to see the sun. In fact, the kids in these videos never actually go outside, which is very strange when you compare that to the years worth of previous human videos that are almost always outside. There does seem to be windows, but unlike the windows we see in previous videos or even in Teletubby Land, these are weirdly opaque, never actually showing us the outside world. The best we get is this obviously fake depiction of the sky on the ceiling. For some reason, these videos feel completely cut off from the outside world. Where are these people? Hang on a second. What if over the hills doesn't mean Teletubby Land is behind hills? What if Teletubby Land is literally over the hills, as in on top of them, and this room is somewhere deep underground, completely cut off from the outside world? And if that seems too far-fetched, remember where the speakers come from.
Oh, he's good. You got to give it to him. He's really good.
He does make us, like, he does connect it.
He's good.
I can't say he makes it make sense right now yet, but he does connect them very well.
Time for Tubby Bye-Bye. Time for Tubby Bye-Bye.
They come from underground. The speakers with a human adult voice telling the Teletubbies what to do come from the same place where an adult woman wearing a Teletubby uniform makes videos. In the future world of Teletubbies, humanity lives underground. But why? Well, once again, I think this all has to do with the sun. Imagine a world where everything is normal. You go to work, walk your dog, watch YouTube videos.
This is normal.
But then, one day, suddenly, without any warning or explanation, the sun wakes up. You realize that the giant ball of gas in the sky that gave humanity life was actually a cosmic sentient being all along. But it's not some unknowable Lovecraftian Cthulhu entity. It's just a baby. Okay, that's disturbing, but so what? Well, our sun is already extremely volatile, constantly exploding and erupting with unstable solar flares that can release dangerous radiation towards Earth. Scientists even believe that we could be hit with a solar superstorm one day that could be devastating to human infrastructure. Now, imagine if all of that power was given to an unpredictable, moody baby. A baby that we know is very interested in watching and reacting to the denizens of Earth. In fact, we could even see that when the baby sun gets a little too excited, the brightness of the sun suddenly increases. So, when this baby first wakes up and opens its eyes and looks down at the people of Earth, what would it see? That baby would immediately throw a massive tantrum.
Yeah, he's got a point. Yeah.
So if humanity went underground after this baby showed up, then I think it's because this baby had some kind of catastrophic effect on the Earth, making the surface completely uninhabitable for humans. And if you don't believe me yet, remember those drawings of a smiling sun we kept seeing in the new videos? Well, there actually is just a single episode of the reboot that shows a drawing of a sun without a face. But what's interesting is that it also shows people and a car and maybe even a police officer below the sun. Unlike the drawings with the smiling sun that only ever show grass and flowers and no signs of humanity, just like Teletubby Land. These drawings are telling us that when the smiling baby sun came out, humanity disappeared. Yes, I believe that Teletubbies is set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity was forced underground because the baby sun woke up. But then, what exactly are these weird creatures we see on the surface? Well, even if humanity could survive underground forever, the sentient baby sun is still up there. If they're ever gonna reclaim the surface world, or even just prevent an even bigger world-destroying tantrum, they need to address this problem. So, how do you appease an unpredictable, moody baby with unlimited power? You jingle keys in front of them. The humans created Teletubbies, 4 creatures that could withstand the dangers of the sun, and sent them to the uninhabitable surface to keep the baby sun entertained and calm for as long as possible. Teletubbies literally is jingly keys for a baby. Every episode starts and ends with this baby.
Wow.
They are constantly cutting back to the sun's reaction every time the Teletubbies do something. Because the sun is the intended audience for this show. It's why everything the Teletubbies do is so heavily controlled by...
Damn, yeah, by the, like, yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense because the speakers come from underground, yeah. Yeah.
Unseen humans.
Poe showed Lala the tutor.
Show Lala. Show Lala.
This dumb baby show is actually a very high-stakes operation to protect what little remains of humanity. And if you still don't believe me, then let me ask you this. What are Teletubbies? They're weird, big baby things that seem to have technology integrated into their bodies. But let's ask the creators of this show, what was the initial idea behind Teletubbies?
We decided we'd go to the Smithsonian and we saw the actual spacesuits of men who not that long ago walked on the moon. You know, isn't it amazing? There's all this technology and you look at them and they just look like babies with nappies on toddling about.
And they were basically NASA spacemen. They were very easily surprised by things and fell over all the time, and when they were worried about things, they hugged each other.
They were based on astronauts, aka people sent by humanity in technological suits designed to withstand inhospitable environments. Once you compare moon landing footage to Teletubbies, you can never unsee it.
It is funny.
Yeah,
that's
true.
hilarious.
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come to play.
Tinky Winky, Tinky Winky.
Bro, putting the music behind it is crazy.
And put them side by side is crazy. Look, look.
Yeah.
Poe. Teletubbies. Say hello.
And this is only the tip of the iceberg. Once you
And the rover is their vacuum pet.
Yeah.
Viewing the show through this lens, everything that once seemed like weird, pointless nonsense suddenly takes on a whole new meaning. The Teletubbies live in a bunker-type structure beneath a hill, a shelter designed specifically to survive a harsh environment. The Teletubbies are surrounded by advanced technology that obviously these dumb baby creatures didn't make.
Yeah, there's that goop I was talking about.
Oh, and that, whatever's in that bowl.
Yeah.
The technology was made by humans to take care of and control their creations. The windmill obviously functions as some kind of signal tower to receive videos from the underground humans. But it also works as a form of renewable energy in this world without any functioning human infrastructure.
Wow.
Teletubby Land itself is covered in plants, the only form of life that would be able to adapt and thrive in harsh sunlight. The Teletubby shelter has been completely covered in grass, and we see flowers suddenly popping up all the time.
It was a really big flower.
Clearly, plants are thriving in this new sun baby world.
Sun
okay,
baby.
but what about the rabbits? Why are they the only animal we see on the surface? It's not like rabbits are especially resilient to sunlight. Well, what are rabbits known for? Firstly, they are extremely fast breeders. They would be the perfect species to send to the surface to quickly repopulate the Earth's ecosystem. In fact, they are such fast breeders that apparently the crew filming the show kept having to pause the shoot because the rabbits kept having sex in the background. And secondly, rabbits are also common.
Damn, okay. rabbits was on another agenda.
They all, like, rabbits are and they reproduce fast.
By humans for laboratory testing and genetic modification. So maybe, much like the Teletubbies, these rabbits were genetically modified by humans to survive the surface world. This theory wraps up a lot of loose ends about the original show. But once again, the 2022 Netflix Teletubbies reboot has some very interesting differences, and this is where things get a little more disturbing. So the new Teletubbies reboot has 3 very interesting changes. First, as I've already explained, the human videos are now with Julia in a post-Teletubby world. They no longer just show old random videos of humanity. Suddenly, everything is now custom-made for the Teletubbies. Second, there are now Teletubbies in the...
Shut up. Teletubby, they didn't do that.
bunker. These horrifying CGI monstrosities are new baby Teletubbies that just exist now with no explanation. And finally, the strangest change of all. Every episode, the baby son has a completely new face. Why? What does this mean? All of these changes are so sudden and random, and none of them really fit into my theory. You guys don't understand. I have watched hours and hours of this extremely boring baby show to try and make sense of this, and I almost gave up. But then, I finally found a single episode of Teletubbies that changed my entire view of this universe. Episode 56 of the 2015 revival.
On Halloween.
Yeah, that is crazy that it is on Halloween in 2016. They talking about 2016 on the internet right now. Interesting.
Twinkle. In this single episode, for the first and only time in the over 500 episodes of Teletubby canon, it becomes night, and we watch the Teletubbies leave their bunker and look up at the night sky.
Oh,
Tinky Winky saw a star.
Ah, Tinky Winky star!
The star was making music.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Tinky Winky discovers a star that is singing to him, and for me, this implies 3 things. First, there are other sentient stars out there. It's not just our sun. For all we know, all stars in this universe could actually be sentient. And second, the star has an adult voice. So this is likely what our baby sun will one day grow into. And finally, the most unsettling implication here is that other stars have begun to notice the Teletubbies. And suddenly, the 2022 reboot makes a lot more sense. Humanity's plan to use Teletubbies to entertain the cosmic horror baby son worked, but it worked a little too well, because now they've started attracting other baby sons.
And that's probably why they had to make Teletubbies.
Man. To control all of them, or to help with all of them.
This is a whole new problem for humanity, and for
Why did that look
Teletubbies
like a
is
baby
not enough
Candyman?
to appease
Baby Tony Todd. Hilarious.
It did. That fourth one.
all of these sun babies, which is why they've suddenly begun to create
It did.
more.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Suddenly, just watching old videos of humanity isn't enough. The humans below the earth have to custom make higher quality videos with more children to keep the babies entertained. Humans are so desperate to meet the demands of all of these new sun babies that they are willing to do anything to appease them.
Just wait till you hear me say the words blast off, then run and touch a star.
Wait a second. Why would they be teaching children to touch the stars?
Then run and touch a star.
wouldn't that be like the last thing they'd want to tell children to do? The whole reason they're down here is because of how dangerous stars are, right? Unless they're preparing these children to go to the surface? Wait, are these kids the Teletubbies? Is this where Teletubbies come from? They've been human children the whole time? No! So yeah, that is my theory. Teletubbies is actually a post-apocalypse where humans live underground and are turning children into Teletubbies and sending them to the surface to entertain giant sun baby gods. Is that good? Is that what you wanted? Did I appease you, Mr. YouTube algorithm? Okay, I'm just gonna take that as a yes. Goodbye! Bye!
Damn. That's a crazy way to look at it, though.
La la. Po.
All right, you all, welcome back. That was the Teletubbies Theory from Alex Bale. White Gold, how do you feel?
That was crazy. I think, like, some of it does make sense. Like, he does put things together very well. But I don't know about all that. Like, I'm not going to disbelieve it because it kind of makes sense. But it does. Like, it's crazy. He has a talent with, like, making things connect, you know? And I don't think, like, when I say that, it's not equal to, like, making sense. Because there's a difference. Like, it's still reachy to me. But the way he connected it, like, see, that's how people get manipulated so easily. Because one little thing clicks, they're like, oh, the world's doing it, oh God, you know, but like, he is good at doing this. So whether I believe it or not, like, these videos are really good. And I think, like, 'cause the Magic School Bus one, like, got me. I can't even lie. But this one is kind of, but there is no, like, substantial evidence to prove anything. Like, there's no, like, substance to the actual show itself. So for him to have done this was even more talent to me because there is nothing. And he found something of nothing. So I think this was really good still.
Yeah, I think for me, I think that this is just as good as the others. I think that I don't think it's reachy, but I don't know the show like you do. You feel me? Kind of like the Barney thing really messed me up. The Magic School Bus one did too, but this one is like, the more he went on, I feel like there was, like, because the show is a bunch of nothing, there were gaps where he was like, it's a bunch of nothing, but and I like that, like, basically a post-apocalyptic world where humans were forced underground because the baby sons woke up and humans created Teletubbies using and training the kids that are televised to Teletubbies to do it. Also creating Tiddlytubbies because more baby sons are attracted to what's happening.
But for, like, to go, like, he didn't even mention it, but, like, he could have used to go with his idea that these beings are created. Like, they have this, like, that pink goo comes out of a machine, and that's all they eat.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm pretty sure that that's all they eat. So it's like, why?
Yeah.
You know? And they are in a bunker to help not get radiated. But, like, that goop, and I specifically remember that goop, and he never mentioned it. But that would go with his, like, these aren't human things. Yeah.
Right. I think it was pretty cool.
I do too.
And I like how he, like, again, he's, like you said, he has a talent, and then the way he puts perspective on this and does this, I think it's just awesome. So, we're gonna do the SpongeBob one. Shout out to White Gold because she's the one who's really, really wanting to do it. She really enjoys these. So, we're gonna break that down, and I think he has breakdown videos and stuff. We just have to look, and if not, we can break it down. You feel me? So, again, you all let us know in the comments how you feel about the Teletubbies theory from Alex Bale. All right, so before we get out of here, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up, leaving a like. If you're new here to the channel, hit subscribe and tap that notification bell so when we do a video just like this one, you all will get them first. Okay, so we will be back with more content very soon. I'm Fireworks, the beautiful White Gold. This is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. We out.